Thank you, Al. Tonight here, ladies and gentlemen, we set the stage here for the first special of our celebration here on day 2 of our celebration. Ladies and gentlemen, we're on behalf of our host nation, the ENOCH Cree people. The council got together and they told me a little bit to give you some background on what the purpose, the spirit, and intent of what this special was to represent. Tonight they chose the women's jingle dress. We have lots of stories and lots of history about this dress and the dance. In a few short moments, we're going to be going to the official dance of those that wear this jingle dress here tonight. We're going to be asking Dr. Lillian Gadwa to come forward. We're going to ask Blackstone to stand by. The Powwow Committee and the Chief of the Council have asked for Blackstone to help us out. We have also asked for Wild Horse and Northern Cree to help with tonight's special. So drum groups, we're going to ask you to be standing by, circle up. Our sound personnel, we're going to ask you to also, for the first song, head to the Blackstone singers on the left-hand side over here. And we're going to ask each and every one of you women, those of you that adorn yourself here tonight with this jingle dress, we're going to ask you to make a great big circle. We're going to ask you to stand here in the outer edge, the perimeter's edge, all jingle dress dancers here, if you would please. Those of you that are standing by the drums, one of our Powwow Committee members has come and told me to make sure that all of you spectators, those of you that are around the drum groups, to please make room. Please allow our singers the opportunity to sing. Give them the room that they require, the room that they need in order to sing. It's starting to get a little bit warm in here, and so we'd like to make sure that our singers are taken care of, as well as each and every one of you. And so this was a request on behalf of our Powwow Committee. We're going to ask all of the jingle dress dancers, if you would please, come and stand in a circle. And as I understand it, you know, a lot of people have come to understand this dress in different ways. But we know historically this dance, it started off in the Great Lakes region amongst the Anishinaabe, the Ojibwe people. They have this dance. This is their medicine dance. And there's a lot of healing and a lot of understanding about this dance. And tonight, myself and others here want to convey a message on behalf of the ENOCH Cree Nation, that here in this community, during the pandemic time, there was a lot of loss of life. Over 80 band members fell to the illness of COVID-19. And we know throughout Indian country, this was a hard reality for many of our communities. COVID-19 devastated our people. The council, when they had in mind to put this celebration together, they wanted to dance just like we did customarily. Even though times are hard, even though times are tough, we find time to celebrate our spirit. We still find time to celebrate who and what we are as Indigenous people. And somehow we're strong. We know that. We're strong when we depend on our ceremonies. We know that our ceremonial leaders, our spiritual leaders, they tried their best to make sure that we were well of mind, that our ceremonies, that never ever before in our history in recent times that we depended on our ceremonies so much. Whether you believed in the prayers of those that utilize our way of life in regards to our pipe and our pipe laws and our natural law system. At the same time, in our historical way, in our social distance, in the social way that we know it, even though the distance is between all of us, we know that we came together because we had a belief, we had a hope. And our elders, our grandmothers, they came to us and they told us, don't give up. You need to believe that somewhere in there, you're going to be okay. Somewhere in your homes, you're going to be okay. And so a lot of people, for so many months, it was hard. It was hard on our mental health. It was hard on our communities. This is what our ENOCH Cree Nation Council, they wanted to do, was they know that this dance, it's an uplift. They know through the sound of this jingle, through the sound of the drum, and through so many of you, the energy and the spirit, the gift that you bring here, there's something good that comes about it. There's something that uplifts. Something they say collectively in our collective mind. There's a collective thought process that goes along here. There's something that helps us. And we kind of depend on you women here tonight to bring us out of this state of mourning, to bring us out of this state of heaviness. We depend on you, not only to help us, but to bring us a motivation, to bring an understanding, to help people understand that this is how we're going to survive. And so in this way, there's so much energy that comes from this dance. And we've seen it throughout Indian country. Many people, they took to this dance and they invited Jingle dress dancers a lot of places to say, come and help us out. Come and share your inspiration. Come and share something good with us. And tonight, this is how ENOCH, the kind of thoughts that the council had, they made these wishes. My good friend here from Kihiwan, she danced for many years. She started off as a shawl dancer, and throughout her career and throughout her life, she began many stages of understanding of how to help her family, not only her immediate family, the Gadwa clan, but also many women throughout the local territories, throughout Indian country, as an inspiration to help young women to have a sense of empowerment, to have a sense of value. And her career now, as an elder age matriarch, as a life giver, she has achieved in the academic standards a doctorate of knowledge. But even before these universities and these colleges gave her that distinction amongst our people, she had earned that. She had earned that in our ceremonies. She had earned that in her community. She had earned that as a matriarch. A few years back, I had witnessed a transfer that was gifted to her by some of our relatives from the Ojibwe communities. they have a special dance staff that goes along with this. And it's called the Ogichita staff. And this means inspiration or warrior women, those that lead because they lead through example. And somehow they saw this in Lillian, so they passed her this staff here to lead the women in this dance that you're about to see. And so you women, you know, when you have been traveling, you've been told about this opening dance here. We do our best not to pass each other. We do our best to exemplify all those attributes that was given to you as women. Us men will never understand that. Our only role here is to support you and to sing for you. And so tonight, my relatives, this is what I've been asked to share. And as the smudging is coming through, I believe each of you also have been given some tobacco to pray for this community, to pray for your community, to pray for the relatives that are here that have so much hope in coming to this spring opener. For so many months, we sat on our devices. We sat in our homes wondering if someday it will return to live powwow. That time has come. We're back. And we hope, God willing, through the will of our Creator, through so much of our spiritual leaders, they made prayers so that we could see this return. And it's a good feeling. You could feel the energy. And I appreciate each and one of you here for taking a little bit of time. It's not about the contest. The contest is nice. If you can take some money home, help your families, help your children, feed your children, take some gas money, go home. But what you're about to do here, this is more than anything that money could represent. It's more than what money could buy. And so, this is that kind of thought that the council had here. And our drum, that's the way that they know it. These songs, they have an energy, they have a power. And that's what we're gonna hope for here tonight. I talked to Lillian here, and she said, I have a granddaughter, my sister, they're going to stand in the center here, and I want to invite some of your other relatives that are going through something that, you might need help with, something that a prayer, something that may come from this dance, this song here tonight. These good feelings, and so we're going to invite any of you that are in the audience tonight, come on into the center. If you're going through something, you've gone through some hard times, you're going through some trials, some tribulations, you're going through some concerns that you've been going through some difficulties, we're going to ask you, don't be shy. Come on out, come and stand here in the center. Some of you that may be too shy, come and bring a friend. Bring somebody out here, stand with them in the center. If you're mourning, you have a heavy heart, you've been going through recovery time. We know that this pandemic really shook us up, really created a lot of disturbances in our communities, unnatural things have occurred, things that we never faced before. And so this is what the hope is here, to come and stand here. Because some of these ones that you see that are going to dance, they sundance, they pray, they fast. They have people that depend on them to dance here because they were gifted an opportunity on behalf of another family member that couldn't dance anymore. Lots of reasons to stand and dance. Each of these women, they bring life, so therefore they can bring life to you. And this is the understanding that we have. And so tonight, this is what I wanted to convey to each and every one of you. And it's going to be a beautiful dance. We're going to ask each and one of you in the audience, if you're able, we're going to ask you to stand. We would like you to stand. And in your own way, maybe if you're too shy to come out here in the center, maybe you could find it in your heart to share a prayer, to send good wishes to these dancers, because they too, they're going to absorb some of this heaviness. They're going to absorb some of this energy. That is why we had a smudge. That is why we wanted to prepare. That is why we gave tobacco protocol to these women here. It's because they're going to bring something to us, something money can't buy, something Western medicine cannot give us. And so I wanted to say that much on behalf of my friend, my longtime Powwow relative here, Dr. Gadwa. And I have watched her inspire many young women, not only as mothers and grandmothers, educators, and she continually does that. She does that, in a good way. She said there was lots of women that wanted to be here but couldn't get here in time. And so there was a lot of requests of thoughts and wishes from this dance. And somehow through the drum, that it will resonate to the homes and those relatives, maybe through the social media, through this goodness, that something will continue to go out and bring about a good energy, some healing, some understanding. So at this time, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to go ahead and we're going to call upon the Blackstone. Friends and relatives, if you would please, let us rise. As once again we call upon our Agipchita Queen. Sasa Queen. Pika. Ekwe, Nanikamoen. Let us rise, relatives, let us rise. Let us stand. Sasapwe. Women, one more time, those of you that carry the sacred trail, one more time, if you would please. Wow. Thank you, thank you. Thank you, Blackstone. And again here, friends and relatives, we appreciate those of you that came to the center to feel the energy, to feel the power of these dancers, to feel the energy that this drum can bring to each and every one of us, the sound of this dress. And the grandmothers, they told us that this dress, the sound of it, reminds us of when rain falls to the earth. In the springtime, when the thunders come home, there's that water of life that comes home. The thunder beams, they bring that life, that goodness, that healing to each and every one of us. So ladies and gentlemen, we acknowledge our jingle dress dancers. How about a big round of applause, ladies and gentlemen?